Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by, and I guess thanks for coming back. It's been about 2 weeks since I made my last upload, and it's not like I've been gone from the internet or anything. I still post on Twitter all the time, but let's be honest, that site's a lot easier to manage, and the type of content I post over there is a lot easier to pump out too. It's just the stuff I find funny. Whatever memes get sent to me or that I find on my scrolling. Sometimes it'll be a, hey, that's literally me, I do that kind of post, or a out of context comic book panel. Sometimes it's a thumbnail that looks kind of funny on the surface, but regardless, it's stuff that I find funny that I hope you find funny. Compared to over here, where this is more of a conversational tone about semi serious to serious topics, and I want these to be right. I want to produce a succinct, direct sort of topic that you're engaging with on your own terms. You came here willingly. You weren't tricked by a title or a deceiving thumbnail or something like that. You know what I believe, and by the end of it, it's very evident of that as well. If there's anything you should take from these videos that I make, it's that not only should you be open to learning about new people and perspectives, but you should be very honest about what it is you believe, and you should be able to explain it in a clear manner. Now, with all that being said, I hate clickbait. I hate deceptions and trickery to get people to learn. And making fun of deceptive trickery is what got me in some hot water with a streamers community yesterday. If you have a job and don't know what I'm talking about, Asmongold made a video recently titled, "They're Destroying Our Video Games." The big they. And he's staring into the thumbnail all pensively. His eyebrows are skewed. Someone called it the evil DreamWorks smirk, which I've never heard before, but I like it. The text off to the side of his face said, "It's time to stop them." And, the theys and the thems and the it got presented to me that way in a Discord message. Just the screenshot of the thumbnail with the caption, "Hey, I wonder who they are this time." And we all laughed about it because on its surface, yeah, I think, what do you call it? Echo posting. It's all the vague, nebulous they. And Asmongold himself will admit that. In his little video about me canceling him on Twitter, he said, "Oh, who'd you think I was talking about? You didn't seem to watch my video, but you assumed what they meant." Yes, that's why the video was titled that way. That's why the thumbnail was presented that way, to trick people into clicking it. Because it's Gamergate too. And we all need to cater to the right so we can make money on YouTube. I get it. Like, I'm not upset or anything like that, that you have to coach your, you know, bordering on anti capitalist thought to your conservative audience. I would never call Asmongold himself conservative by any stretch. If I were to put a label on the guy, I guess you could call him like the median voter of gamers, which that's his gripe with who is destroying games now. It's Ubisoft. DRM content, which anybody on the left has been complaining about for years now. The right sort of memed this with Charles Schwab and all that "you'll own nothing and be happy" stuff, but this has been happening with digital media for decades now. I mean, over the last few months, I even made a video about Sony and Discovery doing the same sort of practice where they're pulling content that people have purchased because they've lost their contracts. But my issue isn't, obviously, it's not dealing with corrupt large business. It's just being direct with what you believe. You know? Tell your fans you're anti capitalist. Tell them that the real problem, there is no nebulous they. There is no group that's doing this. You can't pin this down on a single demographic or a single firm or a single, investment group. No, this is capital. This is what happens when money affects art. And I hope you consider video games art. If you're an Asmongold fan, if you're one of my fans, you play video games in the same reverence that you watch a movie or read a book. This is transformative media in a lot of instances. So it should be good. It should speak to the viewer. It should affect you in ways. And When your focus is on shareholder value instead of producing this art, yes, that's a problem. But you don't need to put this on a they. Just say capital. Be very upfront and direct about what you believe, because the problem that happens, and this is absolutely the case, not just with Asmongold, but with anybody who presents their ideas this way, you allow yourself to be I don't like the term, but useful idiot to certain nefarious groups out there, because they're not going to care what you really believe. They're going to take that they and they're going to point out to specific demographics, specific gender identities, religious groups, ethnicities. They're not going to care what you actually believe. We need to be direct, succinct, and upfront about what we believe, especially when we have people that are listening to our thoughts. Everybody should be this way, but the consequences are so much more dire when you're speaking to an audience of even dozens, hundreds, thousands. It's getting worse, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. You have a responsibility to be upfront and direct and honest. And I hope you can be that way, whether you're making content or in your own life, in your personal relationships, with your business, with your friends. Be as honest as you can be. Tell people exactly what you believe. You'll never experience any problems. No one ever got in trouble for being honest. And I hope you can be that way. But yeah, I guess until the next time one of these Gamergate streamers decides to upload some clickbaity content to cause some waves, y'all try to have a good day.